welcome to Youngest Lake the One YouTube channel. If this is your first time on my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the red subscribe button down below and turn on the bell icon. Tell me what you think about this video in the comment section.
Greetings to you, fellow citizens. Today, I want us to educate one another. Mwarishba, we do not own the monopoly of wisdom to sambirila every day. You know, there's a saying that what you give to the earth gives back to you in equal measure. Meaning that what you give to the earth, whether bad or good, the earth has a capacity to return that back to you. So if you are a good person, the earth will reward you with goodness. If you are a bad person, the earth will reward you with evil. All right? It's something that I have picked in the last 2 days. There's a conversation, a very interesting conversation that is going on social media. I saw Kalemba, post me, and apparently very interesting conversations. Some supporting me, others, attacking me. This, arose from a video I posted on my Facebook page. It was a very interesting conversation between this boy called Why Me and a young lady. Apparently, I picked the humor side of this conversation because the young lady was so calm despite being provoked, by way of the response that came from Why Me. For me, it was a very comic video, all right, or interaction. I actually admired the young lady's calmness. I wish that God can bless me with calmness because I'm not a calm person. All right. Okay. So, but you see, we can draw a very important lesson from this conversation that happened, on in regards to that post yakwa Why Me, particularly that Kalemba posted, that issue. Interestingly, that issue led to another post that I've seen last night that I saw on a Northwestern, Facebook media page where the admin, has tried to throw some propaganda that Honorable Binwell Mpundu has insulted the people of Northwestern Province. Interestingly, because Zambians are very easily misled. We are a gullible people. There are even people on the Northwestern, Facebook page who are actually insulting me. How can you insult the people of Northwestern Province? Now, just quickly in regards to that, issue. So one of the commentators in regards to me posting Why Me asked me why I was posting Why Me, and I questioned him. Okay, so it is not okay for me to post Why Me, but it is okay for you, because that guy is George. I think he's one of the UPND members in Kasama. I was asking George, so it is okay for you, George, to be posting those fools from Northwestern Province, those 3, I don't know if they were 4, but they had a press conference where they threatened to circumcise, Edgar Lungu. Interestingly, but Northwestern Facebook media wants to run a propaganda that Babino has insulted the people of Northwestern. How can a normal person align the province to those fools? Those who had a press conference to insult President Lungu. Imagine that. You want to drag the people of the Northwestern Province into the mud on behalf of those fools. Because I call them fools, because there is no young person born from a woman, born from, a man who can go and threaten to circumcise a man aged 62, a former leader of a country called Zambia. All right? Now, this is a moral lesson that we must draw from this conversation and this discussion going on Facebook. There's no sane person who should stand and clap for insults. Which is why my rule is that if you insult me, I will give you equal measure. So that you understand that behind a leader, there's a human being who has a heart and feelings. Behind that leader you are insulting, there is a family, wife and children, who may be hurt by your insults. Interestingly, in this country, there are champions of morality who unfortunately would choose to be quiet when young people would go, as an example, to Binwell Mpundu's page in unleash all manner of insults. But when Binwell respond in any manner, they would jump like kangaroos to attack Binwell for responding back. Let's go back to history, because you see, what you give to the earth returns to you. Muno Muzambia, hypocrisy na ichilamo bumumbi munda. Muno Muzambia, hypocrisy. When ECA was handing over power in that stadium full of people, you know what happened? The UPND took turns to boo him. For 7 years, you go to boo him. The leadership of the UPND, this is now almost 4 years. None ever condemned that action. Umuntu na miletera ma instruments of power peacefully. You start to boo him. Look at how Tasira was feeling, because she braved that, animosity there. Walked with the father majestically. Endured the insults. A man that ruled this country, you boo him. Do you know what you did? You planted a seed. When the UPND cadres have been unleashing insults, tell me how many of you have ever heard any leadership in the UPND condemn the insults? You are aware of the insults unleashed by the person called Ichibokolo towards Edgar Lungu. Tell me if you have ever heard any leaders in the UPND condemn that. Those, I call them fools, chaps from Northwestern Province, the Kansela and others, who staged a press conference, naba media baisa, to unleash all manner of insults to the former president, threatening to circumcise him. Tell me if there's been any leadership in the UPND who has condemned that. None. None. How many insults have you heard at the hands of UPND cadres that any of you have stood to condemn? None. So do you see how we have planted a seed, a terrible, a bad seed, in the name of a culture of insults? I heard Simue, the media director for UPND, asking the Catholic Church to condemn the culture of insults. Can we be serious for once? The UPND today can call out the Catholic Church, the church mother bodies, to condemn insults, when we have not forgotten, we as the Zambian people, that it is the same church leadership, rather UPND leadership, that has been calling the leadership, particularly of the Catholic Church, their bishop, Lucifers. Today, you want to call out the same church to condemn insults. You see that what you give to the earth, it is given back to you. If you want to live in a just society, you must be prepared to be the one who creates justice, or you must stand for injustices. Pure simple. Pure simple. Okay? Yes. Why me can deliver messages without insulting? And I want to call upon all those who may be close to Why me. Tell him to deliver his messages without insulting. We cannot build a country of indisciplined citizens. We can't. We can deliver our messages. We can differ in a sober manner, delivering a point without using vulgar language. There's no justification to use insults to relate to another, to address another. There's no justification whatsoever. But this is a clarion call to all of us. When you allow somebody to insult others, you have no moral right to condemn others that may respond likewise. If you have never taken time to condemn the insults being unleashed by UPND cadres, what makes you or what gives you the right to speak when others insult? Muchingirire mufe wherever you are, whoever you are, if you've never taken a minute to condemn insults being unleashed by others, you have no moral standing, no right to condemn insults by others. Which is why, me personally, I have made it a rule. You come to my page to insult me, you will not go scot-free. You will not. Me, I don't bath in that useless statement that no infumula tukwa, leaders are insulted. A leader is a parent. A leader is a parent. How do you justify a leader or a parent being insulted? And when that leader responds back at no, ababala tukanaba, do you think you have a moral right? You can even use your major Facebook pages. No, Binwell na poster why me. Na imona not my excitement with free bundles. You even want to take 10 when you have been quiet when all these insults have been unleashed. Let's go back to media. There are two famous Facebook pages, Koswe and Watchdog. You've seen the poison that these Facebook pages have unleashed on citizens, innocent citizens. You've seen the propaganda. Nobody can pretend you haven't seen the propaganda, the lies, the malice that have been unleashed by these pages up to today. Tell me how many of the UPND leaders have ever taken time to condemn that. When you now have pages like Munyaule insulting, then you want to jump like kangaroos to pretend to be morally upright. You are hypocrites. And I hate hypocrites. That is what you are. For as long as you can't stand up and condemn the wrongs being committed by your children in your house, because some of those media pages I have mentioned are run by people who are in State House. It is fact. We had that case of Savoy where it was reviewed. For as long as the leadership in this country, let alone the UPN leadership, we will not condemn the actions, the propaganda, the malicious posts made on these pages, you have no moral right to condemn the malicious attacks or the propaganda on other pages, because you, sir or madam, you are a hypocrite. So if we want to live in a healthy environment, we must take it upon ourselves to create a healthy environment. A wrong is a wrong, whether committed by my son or by my neighbor's child. We must akalefo tuwale kula aba neba aba fiashinga bakumfole tukana kukulopola before even your father hears of it. So we as citizens who desires to live in a healthy environment must take time to participate in creating a healthy environment. So all of you who wants to pretend to be champions of morality, the question is, where have you been when immorality has been committed by all these people we have been mentioning? Where have you been? Today you want to claim to be holy. I want to repeat, all those who may be managing Why Me, tell him to deliver his messages with sobriety. With soberness. He has good points most times. But on the other hand, and all of those of you who wants to now preach or claim to be champions of morality, take the same responsibility and censure your people who have been insulting others. That way, we are going to build a healthy society. Imweba Northwestern media, stop that cheap propaganda. You have a responsibility as a media representing the Northwestern to censure those fools. Those young boys, you know them, their names. I don't know them, except I know for Bruce Kanema. But yes, for Bruce Kanema and that council, I don't know his name. Those who went to insult Edgar Lungu, threatening to circumcise him, it is your responsibility to call them out. and not you trying to create cheap propaganda on people that are calling out for that foolishness. It is your duty to create a healthy environment by acting responsibly. This conversation should challenge all of us. What is my role in creating a better Zambia? What is my role in creating a healthy nation where people are going to live in harmony, where people are going to differ on, issues and not on propaganda and malice and insults? It's all up to you. I thank you.
Oh my goodness.